Welcome back to Books for Life. Thank you so much. My name is Gnama. My friends call me Nia. And if you are a new subscriber, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to leave a comment at the end of this video. So today is an amazing video episode. It's all about this beautiful, gorgeous lady that you see on your screen. Her name is Heather Monahan, and I will be reading today from her amazing book called Confidence Creator. I received this book about 3 years ago, and I met Heather Monahan through a social media platform for professionals, business entrepreneurs, and businesses, companies. And this platform is called LinkedIn. I will leave down on the description box all the details so you can also connect with her. So who is Heather Monahan, and what can I learn from this amazing book, Confidence Creator? Well, it's a good question. Let's begin. So Heather Monahan is a successful entrepreneur. She's also a keynote speaker and an author, obviously. We see her book here. She's known for her expertise in personal branding, leadership, and confidence building. So her book, Confidence Creator, Kill Doubt, Crush Fear, and Unleash Your Full Potential. This book offers insights and advice on how to develop and how to maintain confidence in various areas of your life. In the book, Heather shares personal stories from her own journey, and she also provides actionable strategies to help you, the reader, overcome self-doubt, build resilience, and also achieve your goals. Here are some key takeaways you can learn from her amazing book, Confidence Creator. Number 1, embrace fear and take risk. Heather encourages you, the reader, to face your fears head-on and to take calculated risk. She shares her own experiences of taking chances and explains how embracing fear can lead to personal growth and to your success. Number 2, cultivate a strong personal brand. Heather emphasizes the importance of developing a strong personal brand and how it can positively impact your confidence, your professional success, even your relationships. She provides guidance on building a personal brand that will reflect your values and will help you stand out in your chosen field. Number 3, enhance communication skills. Effective communication plays a significant role in building confidence and achieving success. So Heather offers practical advice on honing your communication skills, including public speaking, networking, and assertiveness. Number 4, develop a resilient mindset. Resilience is crucial when faced with setbacks or challenges, struggles, hardships. And here in this book, Heather shares strategies for developing a resilient mindset, including reframing negative experiences, learning from your failures, and maintaining a positive attitude. You know, I am a positive person, always been optimistic since I was a little kid, since my teenagers years. Number 5, set and achieve goals. So Heather emphasizes the importance of setting clear goals and provides practical tips on goal setting techniques. She also shares with the reader strategies to stay motivated, overcome obstacles, and also achieve personal as well as professional success. And last but not least, number 6, embrace self-care and self-worth. I'm always talking about self-care, self-love, self-worth in my videos, even on my other channel, What Have You Learned podcast. It's all about women empowerment, inspiring you, and also empowering you. So in this book, Confidence Creator, Heather Monahan highlights the significance of self-care and self-worth in building and maintaining confidence. She also encourages you, the reader, to prioritize your well-being, set boundaries, of course, healthy boundaries, and also practice self-compassion. So overall, this amazing book, Confidence Creator, offers a combination of personal anecdotes, practical strategies, and motivational advice to support you, the reader, in building your self-confidence and in achieving your full potential. This book aims to inspire you to overcome your doubts, step out of your comfort zones, and create a life filled with confidence and success. So I'm going to read a lot from this book because it has so many amazing tips and things that are mind-blowing that I want you, the subscriber here on my channel, to really learn about. I want you to take notes, so make sure to grab a pen and your notebook. So the first page, I love it. There's a little logo and it says boss in heels, you know, like lady shoes when we have heels. Then of course she has a dedication where she says, for my son who has taught me that confidence is not given, it is created. You may have been the youngest and smallest one on the basketball court, but I watched you go out there and go after it like a boss. I am forever grateful for your example. Ah, amazing. So the book has 7 parts. Part 1, confidence. Part 2, perception. Part 3, adversity. Part 4, fear. Part 5, finding your voice. Part 6, taking action. And Part 7, asking for help. There's a foreword at the beginning of the book by Caroline Cope. Sorry if I mispronounce her name. Caroline Cope. Caroline Cope says, I've been working with Heather for about 3 years, and it all began by accident. A lot of bosses make the mistake of only telling their employees when they mess up or need to perform better. Heather always took the time to give honest and constructive feedback anytime we needed to hear it, and she didn't do it in a way that made us feel like failures. When I struggled with a bullying situation that started to impact every aspect of my life, I asked Heather to help me through it. She gave me great advice and helped me realize that bullies are, more often than not, jealous or threatened by us. I've been in several tough situations involving men in my life. I've been sexually assaulted and I've been sexually harassed at work. It's crucial for women to have a support system. Women need other women. I now have great relationships with women just like me who have been through similar situations and have had to fight and struggle to get back on track. I used to feel like a victim who was ashamed, but now I feel like a survivor who is strong. Having a support system like that is huge, and I owe it to Heather for helping me find it. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, Caroline Cope, she wrote this January 2018. Wow, amazing. So then the book has the introduction on page 13, and it reads, this book is about my life. It's not a traditional autobiography. This book is a collection of stories. I've always wanted to help others who have been bullied, harassed, and feel bad about themselves. I can relate to those people because I was one of those people. When I was young, I didn't have confidence in myself, but that changed as I grew older. Amazing. Part 1 is confidence. And chapter 1 of part 1, she writes, remind yourself. And then her 9-year-old son, his name is Dylan, he told her one morning at like 6:30 in the morning, he said, Mom, no matter how good you are and no matter how talented you are, every once in a while you need to remind yourself. When you're in a tough spot, you have to remember who you are. You can't feel confident every minute of every day. Wow, mind-blowing, right? This coming out of a 9-year-old little kid, amazing. We learn so much for children, really amazing. On page 20, Heather writes, today I write reminders to myself on my computer. I have reminders that pop up on my iPhone. I hide some inside my clothes and around my house. I even have a picture frame that says, hello, gorgeous. I sometimes forget where I put them, so when I come across one, it will always bring a smile to my face. Wow, amazing. That's on page 20. Then on chapter 2, it says, started from the bottom. She writes, my childhood was far from idyllic. I was the second of 4 kids. My mother married young and had kids quickly, but she soon found herself in a bad marriage and with no job. She had the courage to leave, but had nowhere to go. So when I was 6 years old, she moved us all into a trailer behind my grandparents' house in Worcester, Massachusetts. It was a struggle. We did the best we could to get by and had to rely on food stamps to make ends meet at times. Yeah, I know about food stamps. I used to be on food stamp. Oh my Lord, yeah. And I used to be so embarrassed to go to the office, to welfare, to get renewal of the food stamp. But sometimes, you need to do what you have to do, especially when you're a mother, a single mom, and you're struggling with children. They need to eat, you need to pay your bills, your rent, you don't want to be evicted, you don't want to become homeless, so you have to do what you have to do. Then on page 23, she writes, practice, show up, gain strength from others, only compete with yourself. I love that. Chapter 3, it says, put yourself out there. Do you keep a journal? The process of writing in a journal is therapeutic, but so is reading back over what you wrote. Building confidence is not like flipping a switch. There is no one thing you can do to suddenly become a more confident person. It's a process that develops momentum and builds over time. Yeah, that's on page 27. Then on chapter 4, it says, claim your superpower. A few years ago, I took a trip to the Dominican Republic for a yoga retreat. That was a great experience because I was able to meet a lot of very different people. But the person who made the biggest impression on me was Sharon. Over the course of the trip, it became clear that yoga was what Sharon enjoyed, and she was great at it. We stayed in touch on Facebook. She's resigned from her job and completed a teacher training course in yoga. She even started teaching a class in Miami Beach. So I decided to take one of her classes. It was so clear that she had found her calling. Sharon had the courage to follow her heart, and it not only built her confidence, but it also changed her life. Sharon had found what I called her superpower, and she had inspired me to find mine. Wow, amazing. So my dear sister, I hope you've been taking notes. So who has inspired you so far in your life to be a better person or to even grow in confidence? Let me know, share it with the audience. Put it on the comment section so all the subscribers and all the viewers can read it. On chapter 10, Heather writes, truth versus reality. In 2016, I traveled to New York City to appear on Cheddar TV. It was an interview segment about how women could position themselves in the workplace and become their own best advocates. I walked onto the set and met the 2 bombshell hosts. As soon as we wrapped, the girls asked me if I would help them because they both struggled with their confidence. What? Really? That was such an eye-opening experience. I had been comparing myself to them and falling very short when in reality they were dying to learn what experience had taught me. The entire time they had been looking at me with admiration. How did I not see this? Wow, this is true. We always seem to look at other people and not realizing that we are powerful, we are strong, we can be inspiration to others. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Then she speaks on chapter 14. In chapter 14 on page 83, she speaks about sexual harassment in the workplace because she was a victim of sexual harassment, and it was from the person that she worked for. His name, in the book here, she say his name is Charlie, and he would message her during the day, and slowly he started asking her to meet him face-to-face, meeting outside of the office, which she found out quite odd and weird and strange. And of course, as women, we always ignore those gut feeling. So she ignored her intuition, which was telling her, her intuition was telling her something is not right, but she didn't listen. She ignored her gut. And then slowly, he kept messaging her, and he became even more strange, awkward. He was like asking her what she's wearing, if he can see her again. And it was so very strange. So she went and talked to her other boss, and that person is named Matt. In the book, she said that that person, Matt, suggested her to document every interaction that she has with her other boss, Charlie. And it's so weird. So I'm going to read what she says on page 85. I was sad. Nothing I had been telling myself about my work being appreciated was true. I was hurt that someone would treat me with such disrespect and disregard. I felt trapped, so I spoke to some of my girlfriends. To my surprise, they all had similar stories of being harassed by someone at work. So I kept quiet for months and kept documenting the incidents like Matt had told me to do. Things didn't get better, they got worse. The messages became more frequent and more inappropriate. So keeping track of everything made it feel like a second job. It felt like Charlie had become obsessed with wanting to know where I was at all times. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't bear the fact that my boss had become so focused on me. That also began to create space between me and my boyfriend. So I finally had to tell him what was going on. The job was no longer worth it. I took the journal I'd compiled and brought it to the owner of the company along with my resignation. Yeah, you go, girl. Very good. I'm so happy she quit. And she writes on page 86, quitting a job is never easy, but in my case, it was necessary. Yes, of course. You're damn right it was necessary. I'm sorry. Excuse me for cursing. So she writes, sharing my stories and being open and honest about my experience today is the next best thing I can do to help other women feel that they are not alone. Yes, always share your story and tell your story. That's why I keep sharing on my other channel, What Have You Learned? I'm always sharing about what has happened to me in the past, my previous narcissistic emotional relationships, so I can be a light and also be a voice to the voiceless, because there's countless of victims out there we don't know about. They don't report when they've been abused, and it's really overwhelming. So I want to be that example. I want to be that role model that yes, I did it, yes, I was abused, but I managed to leave, I got out, I escaped, and now I am free, and I am finally regaining my self-love, my self-confidence, my self-esteem. And you can do it too. If you have been abused, you can leave, you can get out. There's always a beautiful rainbow after the storm. That's what I always tell people. Okay, in chapter 16 it says karma. That's the title of the chapter. On page 93, Heather writes, in the end, I believe that people get what they deserve. It may not seem like it sometimes, and you don't want to sit around and wait for others to fight your battles for you. But sometimes the universe has a weird way of working itself out. Amazing. And she writes on page 95, we are all in control of our destiny, and responsible for our own success. But if we stay the course and do the right thing, every once in a while, karma will have our backs. Then on page 97 of chapter 17, she writes, the comeback is always better than the setback. Setbacks are unavoidable. They come in all forms, and more often than not, they come unannounced, which makes them impossible to anticipate or prepare for. Wow, that's amazing. I'm telling you, this book is mind-blowing. You're definitely going to absolutely enjoy it. It's a good read. It has 271 pages. So it's a long book to read, but you can do it. On page 21, she writes, it's okay to be single. Divorce is hard, but for those of you going through the painful process of divorce, please remember that it is okay to be single. Then she writes, no matter what your situation, you have to remember to put yourself first. What makes you happy? What are your passions? If you knew the world was going to end, what would you do differently today? Seek and you shall find. Once we begin doing the things we love, we put ourselves in a better position to lead the lives we want to lead. Every day is a chance to meet someone new, try something different, and put joy into our lives and the lives of others. It doesn't matter if you're single, divorced, or married. Those are just labels. It's up to you to create the life you want to live. Cheers to you living the life you choose. Amazing. Oh my God, I love it. So please make sure there's more, there's over another 150 pages of the book, of this amazing book, Confidence Creator by Heather Monahan. But this is what I wanted to share from the book itself. So I'm going to end this amazing podcast episode with sharing with you, my amazing subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you. Big shout out to you. So I'm going to share with you 20 tips to grow and develop your confidence if you want to be more assertive and achieve your goals, be happier in life, and just be the best version of yourself. So be ready, okay? Nut and pen ready. So number 1, identify your strengths. So recognize your unique talents and skills. Everybody has talents, and you can develop skills and new skills, of course. So focus on developing and leveraging these strengths to build your confidence. Number 2, set clear and achievable goals. So you need to define your goals and break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way to boost your confidence. Number 3, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Embrace and accept your imperfections. Nobody's perfect, right? We're not angels, we're human beings. So you need to know that everyone makes mistakes. Number 4, challenge negative self-talk. Super important. So you need to replace any negative thoughts with positive affirmations. So remind yourself every single morning of your capabilities and all the success that you already have, all the things that you have already accomplished. Number 5, actively seek out learning opportunities. We always need to learn every day. That's why I actually named my other channel What Have You Learned podcast, because we need to learn, and we learn every single day. We learn from children, we learn from elderly people, we learn from our next door neighbor, we learn from total stranger, we learn from homeless people, from anybody. So continuously educate yourself and acquire new knowledge or new skills that are relevant to your goals. And the more knowledgeable you become, the more confident you will feel. That's what happened with me. The more I am learning new things, the more I feel more empowered and more confident, and the more I want to learn new things. Number 6, step outside your comfort zone. I remember back in 2018 when I started in the financial services industry. I'm no longer there, but I used to. I was taught about getting outside of my comfort zone. So I started looking different, talking differently, and meeting people that I had never wanted in my life to be around, and it changed my life. It changed my life for the better. It transformed me into this amazing, confident, badass woman. And I want you to do the same. So you need to push yourself to try new things and take on new challenges. So every small step outside your comfort zone will build your confidence and your resilience. Number 7 tip, surround yourself with positive and supportive people. I always say you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So make sure that you surround yourself with people that are positive, that are supportive, that care about you, that want to see you win and succeed. Seek out individuals who can uplift you, cheer you up, and inspire you. Like me, I'm always trying to empower you on these videos that I'm uploading for you, my amazing viewers. Surround yourself with positive influences, because that will boost your confidence. Number 8 tip, practice assertiveness. So assertiveness involves expressing your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, and your needs, but in a respectful manner. You need to practice speaking up for yourself, setting healthy boundaries, no matter what and no matter who is in front of you, okay? Number 9 tip, practice effective communication. And you do that by reading. The more you read in books, and the more you will finally realize that you are gaining effective communication skills. So you improve your communication skills by actively listening, expressing yourself clearly, maintaining eye contact, reading books. Effective communication will enhance your confidence. So you will grow in confidence. Number 10 tip, embrace failure as a learning opportunity. So instead of fearing failure, reframe it as a stepping stone to growth and improvement. Learn from your mistakes. Use your mistakes as a foundation for future success. Number 11 tip, celebrate your small wins. I always celebrate my small wins, my small achievements. So acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest accomplishments, because that will reinforce a positive mindset and also build your confidence. Number 12 tip, take care of your physical health. I always say that. I always emphasize exercise. Take care of your body. Engage in regular workout, exercise, eat a balanced diet, and prioritize sleep. A healthy body contributes to a healthy mind and will increase your confidence. Number 13 tip, practice mindfulness and self-reflection. So take time to reflect on your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences, because mindfulness will help you understand yourself better and also cultivate self-confidence. You see how she's looking at you right here? Heather Monahan smiling. You can do this, my sister. You can do this, my brother, if you're a man and you're here listening. Number 14 tip, volunteer or help others. Volunteering is an amazing thing to do, and I have done that here in New York. I have volunteered as a teacher. I taught French in my daughter's previous school. It's amazing. It's like so rewarding deep down. I have volunteered at different jobs I had, and it's great because engaging in acts of kindness and contributing to the well-being of others will boost your self-esteem and your confidence. So go out there and volunteer. Go help a neighbor, go visit sick people at the hospital. Volunteer. Do whatever you can to bring a smile on some people's faces. Number 15 tip, seek professional support when it's needed. So if you struggle with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, you need to consider consulting a therapist or a coach that can provide guidance and support. And if you are like me and you used to struggle with depression, panic attacks, anxiety, you know how important it is to talk to a therapist. So don't be embarrassed. Do it if you know you deserve and need it. Number 16, embrace positive visualization. Remember how I talk about vision board? So imagine yourself confidently achieving your goals and visualize success and believe in your ability to make it a reality. You know, I am advocate. I know a lot of people don't like it, but they say, oh, don't fake it till you make it. Well, I faked it till I made it. Before I became a writer, I faked it in my mind that I was already a published author on Amazon, and it happened. It took 3 years, but eventually I did it. This is the book, actually, right there, this one, called You Were Made to Be Unstoppable, this book. So yes, you can visualize yourself already strong, powerful, resilient, assertive, and it will happen slowly but surely. Tip number 17, embrace discomfort. Remember when I said to step out of your comfort zone? So recognize that growth often occurs outside of your comfort zone. So you need to embrace discomfort. It's a sign of progress and development. Number 18 tip, take ownership of your achievements. You have to celebrate your successes and you have to acknowledge your contributions. You have to remain humble, but still you need to take ownership of your achievements. So own your accomplishments rather than diminishing them, and never say that it was good luck, because there's no such thing as good luck, okay? Tip number 19, practice self-care. So make time for activities that will bring you joy and relaxation, and prioritize self-care to nurture your well-being and boost confidence. Number 20, last but not least, tip 20, embrace a growth mindset. So you have to believe in your ability to learn and to grow. You have to embrace challenges, and you have to view setbacks as opportunities to learn. Like I said earlier, there are blessings in disguise, and persist even when you are faced with obstacles. So remember, my beautiful sister, my viewer, my listener here on my Books for Life channel, building confidence takes time and consistent effort. So you have to be patient with yourself, you have to be kind and gentle with yourself, and you have to embrace the journey. So by implementing these tips that I just mentioned, those 20 tips, and staying committed to personal growth, you will and you can develop the confidence needed to become more assertive, to achieve your goals, and to find happiness in life. That's what I wish for you, my sister. That's what I wish for you, my dear brother who's listening, who has been very supportive here on my channel, on my other podcast, What Have You Learned podcast, the Healthy Living podcast. Thank you so much for reading my comments that I post on my community tab. I truly appreciate you. I wouldn't be here today doing these videos if it wasn't for you. So truly, truly thankful. I'm so grateful for you. I appreciate you. And as always, stay blessed, stay learning, keep going, stay focused, be unbreakable.